Alex Eala's dream Wimbledon run comes to an end. Eala crashes out of the championships after losing her round of 16 duel with 2024 finalist Jasmine Paolini of Italy at the center court of the All England Club Monday, July 6. Thus, Paolini avenges her loss to Eala in the Dubai Tennis Championships in February. Despite the loss, the 21-year-old Eala makes history for the country as the first Filipino to reach the second week of a Grand Slam. Eala beat Mexico's Renata Zarazua in the first round, eliminated Australia's Maya Joint in the second, then dethroned Poland's Iga Swiatek in the third. She advanced to the fourth round of a major for the first time in her career. She said Saturday after defeating Swiatek, "For someone who grew up in the Philippines, I went to train with my brother and my grandfather every day after school with my ruffled socks and my light-up shoes and chubby cheeks. To her, this is everything."
The Filipino star, who had the entire tennis world buzzing after taking down defending champion Iga Swiatek, fell to Italy's Jasmine Paolini 6-4, 4-6, 6-3 in a genuine battle on center court this past Monday, July 6th. It's a tough spot for her fourth-round journey to end, but let's not lose sight of something important here. This fortnight already rewrote the history books for Philippine tennis, no matter how this particular match finished. So here's exactly how it all unfolded. Paolini, seeded 13th, and a Wimbledon finalist back in 2024, got the momentum rolling first on center court, taking the opening set 6-4 against the 29th seed. But Eala wasn't going down without a fight. She answered right back, claiming the second set by that same 6-4 scoreline, and suddenly this match had turned into a full-blown decider with everyone locked in. In the end, though, Paolini's grass court experience proved just enough to get her through, closing things out 6-3 and booking her spot in the quarterfinals. Interestingly, this was only the second career meeting between these two. Their first encounter came earlier this year at the Dubai Tennis Championships, a WTA 1000 event, where Eala actually came out on top. Monday marked their first-ever clash on grass, and by most accounts, it delivered one of the standout matches of this year's tournament. Let's talk about how this thing actually played out on court. Paolini came in with a rhythm built from strong recent form on grass, and she leaned on that composure to dictate the early pace. Eala countered with the same aggressive, flat-hitting style that had already dismantled a Grand Slam champion earlier in the tournament, and she found the breaks she needed to force a third set. But when the pressure hit its peak, it was Paolini's ability to extend rallies and stay composed under stress that ultimately made the difference over Eala's higher-risk approach. Plenty of predictions floating around before the match actually had Eala as the favorite given her red-hot form, but Paolini's grass court pedigree won out when it counted most. Now, before we even get to this loss, understand what Eala had already accomplished at this year's championships. She became the very first Filipina in history to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam tournament, a breakthrough she secured with a stunning third-round win over reigning champion Iga Swiatek in a match that will be talked about for years, 7-6 in a tiebreak, then 6-2. That victory instantly became the biggest of her career, and it triggered massive celebrations back home, where Eala has become nothing short of a national sporting icon. For anyone wondering about the player behind all this, Alexander Maniego Eala was born on May 23, 2005, in Quezon City, Philippines, making her 21 years old during this year's tournament. She stands 5'9", roughly 1.75 meters, and plays as a left-handed baseliner known for punishing flat ground strokes. Her development includes years spent training at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, after she earned a scholarship there as a young teenager. Her climb up the rankings has been remarkably fast. She hit a career-high world ranking of number 29 back in March of this year, which made her the highest-ranked Filipino player in WTA Tour history and the first Filipina ever to break into the singles top 30. Her junior career already showed signs of this trajectory too, including a U.S. Open Girls singles title in 2022 and a climb to world number 2 in the combined junior rankings. At the professional level, she's already reached a Miami Open semifinal and picked up victories over several notable opponents, though this fourth-round finish stands as the best Grand Slam result of her career to date. For everyone who's been glued to her Wimbledon run, This tournament will forever be defined by that Swiatek upset above anything else that happened afterward. Eala relentlessly attacked the champion's second serve throughout that match, dominated the short, quick point exchanges, and delivered an emotional on-court speech afterward that resonated deeply with fans back in the Philippines and tennis lovers everywhere. That single result alone was enough to cement her as one of the true breakout stories of Wimbledon 2026, regardless of how the rest of her tournament unfolded. Looking ahead, there's nothing confirmed yet on her immediate schedule. With her Wimbledon campaign now finished, attention turns to how she navigates the remainder of the grass and hard court stretch of the season, and whether this breakthrough performance lifts her when the new WTA rankings are released. Given the deep runs she's produced across both clay and grass over the past year, it wouldn't be surprising to see more marquee matchups appear on her calendar soon. As for Paolini, she advances to the quarterfinals for the first time since reaching the Wimbledon final back in 2024, further cementing her strong track record on grass at the All England Club. The Italian, now 30 years old and sitting inside the world's top 20, cruised through her previous round in straight sets, meaning Monday's clash with Eala was easily her most demanding test of the tournament so far. Her next opponent will depend on how the rest of the bottom half of the draw plays out, with the quarterfinal round continuing later this week. Before Monday's result, projections had suggested Eala could potentially face Marta Kostyuk or a qualifier in the quarterfinals, with a realistic path toward the semifinals against seeded competition beyond that. That road is closed now, but it speaks volumes about just how far this 21-year-old could have gone during her very first trip to the second week of a major tournament. Her team points to aggressive return positioning and that first strike, flat-hitting approach as key factors behind her grass court improvement, a style that suits the low bounce and rapid points grass surfaces tend to produce. Family has clearly shaped this journey as well. Her mother, Rosemarie Riza Maniego Eala, was once a competitive swimmer herself, and her uncle Nali Eala currently serves as chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission. That athletic heritage, paired with years of rigorous academy training in Spain, has forged the confident, aggressive playing style that carried her into the second week of two major tournaments already this season. For now, Eala departs London with plenty to be proud of. A first-ever fourth-round finish at a Grand Slam, a signature win over a reigning champion, and a fortnight that turned her into one of the most talked-about names in tennis worldwide. That's a resume worth celebrating regardless of Monday's final scoreline. The story of Alex Eala at Wimbledon might have ended in defeat this time, but it's clearly a story that fans everywhere will keep following for a long time to come.